BTS and fans attend Jungkook's high school graduation from Sopa.
K-Gal over 30% off sale happening right now. Link in the top of the description box to Appu's grape lip. What is it? Please help me.
Lip tint.
There is a link. You can go and check that out. Over 30% off sale happening just this week alone. And thank you for shopping, K-Gal. The Seoul Performing Arts High School recently had its annual graduation, and BTS's Jungkook participated in it.
Yay! Congratulations!
This is a very, very big deal, and in thinking about it, I'm trying to figure out who it is not a big deal for. Because it's a big deal for Jungkook, it's a big deal for BTS, it's a very big deal for the high school because they get a ton of shine that particular day because there's so much media and attention on this particular high school. And it was just a very, very big deal for Korea in general because there was a focus on their education system in a way that I don't think people get to see very often.
Yeah, they haven't had such a big graduation at Sopa since 2013, so it's a pretty big deal.
I gotta say that I've not ever quite seen a graduation ceremony quite like this before.
No, not at all. Definitely not the flashbulbs. Who has paparazzi at their high school graduation?
There were probably more media there than I've ever seen at any sort of media gathering ever, or at least the amount of photos that are being taken of him inside of 10 or 15 or 20 seconds, because the whole entire thing goes on for about 5 minutes. But he's being pelted in the face with so many flashes. I've never quite seen anything like it before.
I feel for him. I really do, because it's like you're getting pelted with so many flashbulbs. How is that going to affect his eyesight? Did he have a headache afterwards? Because that would totally give me the worst freaking migraine.
There is something about being wanted in the media, though. I mean, it is a nice feeling that people want to take photos of you, that people like you that much, that many different journalists with cameras want to show up and take photos of you and then post them on their particular websites. After a good about minute of photos, then he is handed a huge set of microphones and he has to say something, and he's kind of caught off guard there, and he just says a very nice general statement like, oh, I remember my first day here. I can't believe how fast time goes by. I'm very thankful that all my teachers didn't put up any obstacles in helping me with my graduation, which that last part is really the most telling and important, because I just wonder how many days of school he actually attended, how much work he actually had to do, like legitimately, in order to graduate officially. I mean, you and I lived over there, so we know that exceptions are made for superstars when it comes to schooling. Almost always.
Yes, that is true. I actually went on the internet, though, and did some research and found out how they grade people at this particular school. And out of 500 points, only 20 of those are for attendance. So technically, an idol could not attend any classes, but as long as they do their work, do well on all of their tests, and do a lot of practical, then they can still get an A, a 96%.
It's almost like none of the students have to actually attend then, if that's the case,
well,
correct?
A lot of students actually would have to attend, because who else has the practical side that a BTS member has? Now, mind you, this is a Seoul Performing Arts School. They have different departments. They are all specifically for things that are related to theater or dance or music or other stage arts. But there's a practical side, so they have to do like these practical classes. He doesn't have to do any practical classes. His life is a practical.
But the whole thing seemed surreal, because if everyone, including all the graduating class, is sitting in the audience, that must be extremely embarrassing, at least for Jungkook, because he didn't really go to school.
Well, he did go to some classes because there have been photos taken of him actually on school grounds. But it should be noted that is actually, that it shows up on the internet. Oh my God, he's in class. That he probably didn't attend most classes.
We have some serious experience with idols attending class, or at least I do. One of my close colleagues at Kyunghee University had different members of 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. and Wonder Girls in their classes. Whenever they did attend, like if they attended once, it was just the most awkward situation for everyone involved. And the photos that show up for Jungkook being at this particular school even one day. He's over there signing autographs. He's sitting in the corner. He's hoping people don't bother him. He's bothering everybody, not intentionally, but just him walking into class. It's almost like the teacher can't really focus on making sure that they deliver the education or the information that they have to that particular day. All the students are in the back of their mind thinking about Jungkook being there because this guy is in the biggest, most popular international K-pop group that exists at the moment. I want to talk a little bit about Korean high school education in general. Jungkook basically is the dream, period. I mean, if you need to point to a particular example of what the vast majority of the 700,000 plus Korean high school seniors that are graduating this February would like to be or would like their life to look like, Jungkook is it. This is not an example of what 99.9% of students over there go through. The majority of them go through a very, very rigorous and challenging and difficult time in high school. High school education over there is the hardest time in a teenager's life. Going outside of SOPA for a little bit, and I'm sure SOPA, those students really have a good experience overall, but even the majority of high school seniors at SOPA don't get to experience such attention and such success from being a graduate of a particular school. It must have been really weird for them to sit there and see so many cameras just on him, or for them to go across and not get their own picture taken. But then I wonder how those students feel at SOPA as seniors graduating this year, because they must be in such a better position than most other seniors that are graduated, because they're all just focused on taking one test, and they've been focused on studying for that particular test every day, 6 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day for the past several years, if they are in fact trying to be successful in their life, because they're all just trying to get into a couple of high-ranking universities there, because that's what their parents want for them, and they have to do what their parents say. It's a lot more strict and rigid there than it is throughout the rest of the world, and the rest of the world actually has it a little bit luckier if you're a senior in a European school, or in a Middle Eastern school, or in a North American school, or South America, because you don't have your parents breathing down your neck so much. There's such control by parents in Korea that students there don't get a say in pretty much anything they want to do unless their parents lived overseas for multiple years also and have a little bit of a more open understanding of the way to raise a child. I'm just pointing all this out because Jungkook had better feel extremely privileged and lucky and thank his lucky stars and not have any other emotions. I understand that we're all human, so we have hard times, but it's just so, I don't even have words for it, how I feel when I see how many people were there taking his photo, and yet it was for one person, and this school is going to get so much recognition for this, and didn't even really participate that much in his success as a BTS member. Like, BTS has basically risen up on their own, and him going to school there, and whether he did all the activities outside of class or attended class once and signed autographs or whatever he did, it made the people feel uncomfortable there for one particular day that he did attend. I don't know where the attendance sheets are. They don't have really any way to say that, oh, they helped BTS achieve what they achieved. And so I just don't know how to feel about all of this. I kind of just feel bad in general for Korean society when I see this, because this is not how graduation ever, we attended school and I went through graduation ceremony. You graduated there. We have a diploma right here. This diploma is a master's degree diploma from Kyunghee University. I don't know if you can see it. This is just so, it's like it was a show, and I'm not trying to say anything bad. I want to keep it positive because I was proud of him. I mean, he gets up there and he's smiling and you can see him, and all I'm thinking is, wow, that must be really fucking weird because you didn't really go to school, and even if you did do all the assignments, which I'm sure he did, but his schooling isn't really schooling. It's his whole education in life is being a BTS member, and this is all just like going through the motions to show that he did it because he's a young kid, and it's important for him to get up there and show his diploma for all the other kids that did actually study really, really hard, because a lot of them have a hard time.
Yeah, a lot of them do have a hard time, and it probably is weird because he is in such a unique situation. You think of high school as being a certain way, and his experience with high school was probably very different from that because he is such an active BTS member, and BTS is such an active K-pop group in putting out constant singles and constant albums and things like that, and touring and so on and so forth. But I feel for the other people who graduated, not only the normal, everyday, average student, but also all the other K-pop and actors who graduated the same year that they were also there to get photographs because they always have paparazzi at these graduations. Very unique situation for a graduating high school. Constantly, every year, you have paparazzi taking photos of whoever is the big star this year who graduated. But for those other members who also graduated this same year, I really feel for them because they're not as popular as BTS, and so they are not getting the same publicity, including in this video.
It's beyond incredible how big of a deal this was. I can't really stress that enough. I mean, the focus in education for that particular day that he graduated, which was yesterday, was completely on that school and on Jungkook himself. The entire nation of Korea was probably broadcast on every news channel. It was put on every YouTube channel. Everybody with a cell phone camera was filming it. It's all over the internet already. I just don't really know what to think.
You have a lot of feels, don't you?
Okay, Army, unleash on the comments and tell us how your feels are feeling right now. I really want to read the comment section on this one because I know a lot of you have graduated high school already and you're in your 20s or you're in high school right now. Your experience is different. You definitely don't have any K-pop stars graduating from your high school, probably. And if you did, you would just be over the moon about it. But just let us know in the comments how it looks to you, even before hearing what we had to say about it.
And if you have any fun graduation stories, do leave them in the comment section below.
Click the like button while you're down there. Thank you so much for supporting us. Click the bell for notifications. Check out the link to K-Gal, and don't forget to subscribe for more Hallyu Back news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.